morning, everybody. I think it's March the 17th, or no, it's the 18th, I believe. We're here in Cabayugan, Brgy, and Palawan. We come up here to get some clearance. Somebody said we need to get clearance from the Brgy, but that was incorrect. So now we got to travel back to Sabang, which is down the road about 3 or 4 kilometers. But it was really nice here, so I thought I'd shoot a little video. Very Philippine style, typically, naturally, yellow and blue. There's the Brgy Hall Education Center. Really nice inside. So didn't need to go. We'll go back to the church there. Got sand from the beach yesterday all over, so we'll walk you through town here a little bit. There's the Brgy place where they play basketball and have their activities, the town's activities. So basketball is the #1 sport in the Philippines as far as I'm concerned, that I'm aware of. So every Brgy and has a basketball court or more. They've got a couple bigger buildings here, so it's pretty nice. So I just thought every place I go that's new or something interesting, I thought I'd shoot another video. Thing I'll talk about a little bit. Traveling here, like if you're touring the Philippines, this might apply other places as well, but what I've noticed, the busiest day is Saturday, so things will be more expensive and a lot more crowded, so prices probably go up, could go up 25–50%, or you could get 25–50% off on the opposite day, which would be Monday. So Saturday is the most busy, Monday's the least busy. So if you want to travel and go someplace, arrive or leave on, plan your trip to arrive on a Monday, and so Tuesday and Wednesday is a little slow as well. And it gets busier as you go along. And Saturday's the worst day to travel and go to resorts because they're jam-packed full. You're not going to get much of a deal because they got 100 other people in line waiting to get what you get. So she's purchasing something here. So I got little food carts, nice little buildings. We drove through here, but we didn't stop last time because we were in the touring van, but somebody says you need to get Brgy clearance, but they were incorrect. So it was a 100 peso trike ride to come up the road, about maybe 5–10 minutes at the most. So a little expensive, which was about $2. So, and again, I'm always referring to the Philippine prices and stuff. I know it's, cheap next to America, but I'm, focused on the Philippines and living here and living on the peso. I'm no longer working in America and, have my business or something. So I live just like everybody else here. Except I do have the dollar until it's gone, and so I measure everything up against the pesos. So, and here 500 pesos a day, if you spend that, that's a lot of money to most people because that's all they make, or even less. So you got to put it in perspective. I think that's where a lot of expats go wrong. They come and they're used to American prices and they go, oh, cheap, and spend, buy a house, start a business, buy a car, and they get themselves into trouble. Watch some of my other videos on that. So there's somebody playing basketball there. Their kids, I don't know what they're doing. Something, school activity or something. Playing some game or something. So hopefully the sand isn't too bad on the camera. Yeah, no, I don't know. What's it, ice cream? Halo. Very popular here. #1, like I call it dessert, is halo. Now, I'm sad to say, or shocking to most people, I'm not a big fan of it. It's okay, but I don't really care for it. So every time it's offered, I've tried it 2 or 3 times, but yeah, it's like a schoolyard there. Many different school, elementary, grade school, high schools, they're all very, seem well educated, and no shortage of schools or students here. Lots of young people. So this would be a kind of a typical, or maybe a little bit bigger school. So what you see, little round circle of buildings and a big like gymnasium meeting area here where the kids are playing. So yep, every Braun guy has something like that. But so far so good, enjoying it. We got a little place settling in. I think a couple things, 2 or 3 things as far as that will, big budget items here is probably obviously your housing. Probably secondly would be your, there's a beautiful view over there of the mountainside. That's why we come here. Would be your food budget's pretty big. It can match your, well actually it exceeds your, we're spending 500 to up towards 1,000, 1,500, somewhere in between there a day. Generally try to keep it around 1,000 or less on food, but that's a, kind of matches or trying to think of the correct word, but yeah, outdoes your housing budget. Then thirdly would be transportation. Even if you have your own thing, gas is $4.50 a gallon here. They go by liters, 60 to 70 some cents per liter typically. So you can do the math. I don't know what a liter, how many liters are in a gallon, but one time when I thought I figured it up, I thought it was 4 something, which is quite expensive. Again, $4 in the Philippines is 250 pesos, which is what some people actually make in a day here after working 8 or 10 hours. That's on the lower side. Most people probably make 300 or 400 pesos, but some do make 250. It's a wide variety of incomes and things here, so it depends where you're living. So that's stuff to be aware of, and even if you have your own vehicle, it's gas and maintenance. I made a video about that. A lot of people don't, they get in there and they get an easy payment on the motorcycle, easy payment on the car, and then they don't figure, well, we've got 3 to 6 years to pay for this. And in 3 to 6 years, you're going to have maintenance at some point, and you're also going to have, maybe changes in your life. Maybe you have issues with your health. Maybe you're going to have switch jobs or lose your job. Then the easy payment quickly doubles because you have maintenance that month, or you have income limitations or something. So that's where people get themselves into trouble. That's why I've always been a pretty big proponent of, especially as I've gotten older, to, if you can't pay cash, you really shouldn't get it, is my humble opinion. So, because I was talking to a driver over in Iloilo, he said traffic has increased, car sales and everything because of the low easy payment for the car. People are buying them up right and left because, again, they're thinking it's easy. Oh, I've got 1,000 or so extra pesos every month, but they're not figuring, well, when that car gets to be 2, 3, 4 years old, well, it needs new brakes, new battery, new tires. Then you may have lost your job or gotten a pay cut or something like that. So these things all drag you down, or maybe you got a health issue, can't work as much or at all. So yeah, very mountainous here. Goes up and down the roads here. Can you get us a ride here? Taxi, or try to get it for 50 pesos. See if you can get it for 50. So yeah, as you get more in the mountains and out of the barangays, the smaller the barangay, the little harder to get a ride. We came up on a trike, but I thought, he said like 7 kilometers, so when they said 100, I thought that's not too bad, but which is a couple bucks roughly. By the time we got here, it was like a 10-minute ride. I thought it probably should have been closer to 50 or 75 peso. So as I've been here, I get more aware of things, so I focus on it more than the average person. If I was a tourist and going to be here 2 or 3 days, I don't, really care at that point. But when you're living here every day, I think it makes a big difference to your budget. If you're paying 25–50% extra all the time, so that's where I'm coming from. Just beautiful back there. That's a nice looking little house as well. I wouldn't mind renting something like that here, but gorgeous backdrop, stunning of the cliffs, and yeah, but people are very friendly. I think extra friendly. Iloilo and Visayas people were friendly, but I think they've bumped it up a notch here, so I just feel right at home and positive vibe. Nobody really looks at you a second glance. I think there's more expats here than I've seen any place I've been in the Philippines. So that's some of the things as usual. I ramble on about a number of topics, so I just wanted to share this little barangay. It was pretty nice there, but yeah, that's just stunning there, the backdrop. So I would say that's a couple thousand feet high maybe. Pretty cool. All right, thanks for watching everybody. She's got us a ride. That's a trike. We're going to go back to the church there in Sabang. Thank you.